Post-traumatic stress syndrome. Closing my eyes. I'm Carl Torsbins, Vietnam veteran. Coming home in one piece doesn't always mean having it together. In many ways. Saying I came out in one piece, but my mind wasn't in one piece, is a typical response by a veteran who is in dire need of family support for the PTSD treatment that needs to get addressed so they can go on a path of wellness. My face looks weary, and my eyes are puffy and red. Every sign of another sleepless night is evident. Even though I try to not think of the past, it keeps coming up during my sleep, as a haunting dream keeps reoccurring, making me sweat and swaver until the blackness goes away. It's hard to explain what it is in that dream exactly, but I can tell you it's a mixture of fear, hate, and death, as well as tears and sorrow. Most of them have faces painted on my mind, and some are just engulfed in blackness and darkness, drowned out with heavy metal music in the background and helicopter blades swooshing around and giving off that haunting feeling I've been there before. Some nights it's the same old story. Some nights the events are as different as they can be. Daydreams can be just as bad, as I find it to be so. My mind doesn't focus on the facts of the dream, but rather the explosive nature digs into my conscious, even when I awaken and shake with fear that it might have been real. 40 years have passed, and these dreams are just as real as they were when I stepped off that silver bird that brought me home from the war. I've never forgotten every thought, every touch, and every taste of the war I left behind, as it clamped solidly inside my mind, my fingers, and my tongue. Such a deep-seated feeling will never go away. I can still feel the chill in my bones whenever a song or tune triggers the memories of the past. Death changes everything. Time changes nothing. I still miss the sound of your voice, the wisdom of your advice, the stories of your life, and just being in your presence. So no, time changes nothing. I miss you as much today as I did the day you died. I just miss you. My thoughts are good and bad, but the wicked one seems to overpower the moral ones and traps me into a state of shock that only another person with the same history can explain to you. My thoughts are their thoughts. They are not my own. I have them, like many others, experience them, while awake or when asleep. The stress and anxiety builds when the music plays and the heart beats louder and faster, when the memory of the sounds begins to drudge up old memories for reasons I don't know. I have opted not to think about it, and I do what I can to avoid the sounds or thoughts of war and death. I have learned to let it go, to some extent, but it has a rock-solid grip on my brain and it won't go away. No matter what I've done or what I do, I have not been able to elude the pain or suffering I did so many years ago, as the nightmares plague me and the sounds remind me daily. I looked to God for help. I prayed to God for strength, and I sought from God an understanding. I learned to cope with this circle of wretchedness the best I could, and bless those that understand me. It has been better lately, because I gave up those things that poisoned my mind and destroyed my body, allowing the toxins to leave and cleanse my soul and conscience. I don't have the answer how to get rid of it. I only know how to live with it, that it doesn't change my thoughts and bring me sorrow. I'm not asking for sympathy, but I'm asking for empathy. Seeking to understand this phenomenon, I walk, and I ask you, walk a mile in my shoes and see the horror inside my head as days gone by never leave my mind. This mental transformation that needs to be done is all I need to be together again in spirit and in mind. I have endured so many setbacks I can bounce back with resilience and get back on track again, but the reality of never losing my nightmare dreams, it's what keeps me anchored to the reality that I'll never be whole again until the good Lord takes me away.